Air fryer gratin dauphinois. Here we go. The traditional ingredients: 200 milliliters of full fat milk, 150 milliliters of heavy cream or double cream in England in a jug that can go in the microwave. And now let's add flavors to this milk and cream. Bay leaf first. I like to fold it like that to release all the oil, so it really gives a lot of taste to the sauce that we are making. I have a few little twigs of thyme I've got in the garden, but dried thyme will work as well. A good amount of salt today, because that's the only salt that's going to flavor the potatoes. And my favorite, white pepper, because it's a white sauce, so I don't want to see too many little black dots in there from the pepper. So we've got the basics, and now for the star of the show, obviously the garlic, which we're going to squish to get all those juices and those flavors in the cream, and then throw that into the potatoes. We want to infuse it, so I've popped it in the microwave for 2 minutes. It's not boiled, but it is fairly hot, a good temperature, and we're going to keep it to the side to infuse while we are sorting out our potatoes. Oh yes, my husband has come up with a list of recipes I make and I should share, so subscribe to see them all. I actually only used 3 of those potatoes because of the size of the dish that fits inside my air fryer, just up to the top, but not touching obviously. Peel and wash the potatoes in cold water, and then we're going to slice them 2 to 3 millimeters thick. It's not a science, it doesn't matter. Don't wash them again though. We need the starch to ooze into the cream while it's cooking. A little bit of butter around your dish, especially if you're not sure it's completely non-stick. This one is really good. And we start with a thin layer of our cream mix at the bottom. Here we go. And then we're going to build up our dish. So just go around, try to layer them as evenly as possible. They do overlap a little bit, but not completely. Don't put 2 slices fully on top of each other. They need room for the cream to infuse into each potato and bake it. It takes a little bit of time. We build up 3-4 layers, and then we add the cream to that level, and this is so the little bits of garlic are evenly spread. If any of the herbs fall in, remove them, because we don't really want to find a twig in the middle of eating it. And then you carry on building up until the last layer. It doesn't really matter if it's pretty or not. At this stage, halfway through the bowl, I'm going to use the spoon, because I want to fish out more of the garlic that has gone into the cream, and I want it to be in the middle of the bowl, not all at the top. There, just a little tip to make sure that our flavors are even throughout the pot. And we carry on 2 or 3 layers at a time. We're starting to see that we're getting closer to the top. Do not fill the potatoes right to the top edge, because the sauce rises while it cooks. It's almost like a souffle. You really want to keep this safety gap at the top so it doesn't overflow into our air fryer. It's the same if you cook it in the oven. It really wants to escape. We're getting to the top. Try to make it a little bit pretty if you want. The sauce will cover it mostly anyway. And we're going to finish off with the rest of the cream. If you find that you are not quite reaching the top, just mix a little bit more milk and cream to make sure that all the potatoes have got some liquid to bake in. So we're going to put it into our air fryer. They're all a little bit different. Mine is small enough for 2, and it was really cheap at the local supermarket 3 years ago. I still absolutely love it. Here it goes, and we're going to set it at quite a low temperature for a whole hour. So I've set maximum time for mine is an hour. And then the temperature 160 degrees Celsius or centigrade. I always check my cooking around halfway through. This is half an hour of cooking. It looks good, but when I tested with the knife, I could feel every single potato on the way down. They are not cooked, they're still crunchy. That wouldn't be ready. So it goes back for 20 minutes. It will cook for a whole hour, but again, I like checking before it's ready. just to make sure that it's not going too dry or burning. It was just about ready. We could have served it now if we were in a rush, but another 10 minutes and the potatoes were absolutely perfectly soft and fluffy and really delicious. So an hour cooking was really good for this dish at this size in my air fryer. I wonder what you are going to serve this beauty with. A roast, some grilled meat, some grilled fish. We had ours with just a grilled steak. Et voilà. Bon appétit les amis. À bientôt.